What's your favorite forgotten celebrity controversy? Matthew McConaughey was arrested in 2007 for getting really high and playing the bongos at 3 a.m. Sylvester Stallone's first real movie role was in a porno. The Italian Stallion. Dude, Tiger Woods fucking like 30 strippers / porn stars / prostitutes. Girls kept fucking coming out of the woodwork saying he fucked them, and he was just like yet. Then the video of his ex-wife chasing after his car throwing golf clubs at it. When I read your comment, the car in my imagination was a golf cart, and now I'm disappointed because that would be a much funnier video. When Justin Bieber said Anne Frank would be a belly ebber. Good times. Also the time he pissed in a mop bucket on camera and shouted fuck Bill Clinton. Did Lord Byron fuck his sister? Okay, but who didn't Lord Byron fuck? Max Wright, dad from ALF series, was alcoholic and crack addict who participated in gay orgies with homeless men. There were even photos and videos circulating. Was that him with Dirty Mike and the boys? There is an entire generation. https://nexilischa.tumblr.com/post/1858250366660/lost sometime shadowcat678 dandy boiftm, that watches Martha and Snoop's potluck dinner party, not remembering that Snoop Dogg was once on trial for murder, yet between the two of them, Martha Stewart was the one who went to prison. After that trial, Snoop sat his ass down. Unlike O.J. You'd think after being found not guilty he'd lay low, but nope. Long ago in a different galaxy, Alan Ladd the actor had begun to make a success of acting. His mother came asking to borrow money from him, but on refusal she bought poison and drank it in the back seat of his car. She effectively committed suicide in front of her son. Okay, that's fuck you, can someone up the whole Natalie Wood death? The witness statements were inconsistent. Her husband, Robert Wagner, whom she had divorced and remarried, has been named a suspect. But it's mostly forgotten as it happened almost 40 years ago. Christopher Walken was on the boat that night as well. Mark Wahlberg chasing and throwing rocks at black children while yelling "Kill the nigger" in 1986, then in 1988 assaulting 2 different Vietnamese men in one day, ultimately knocking one unconscious with a piece of wood, while making numerous unsolicited racial statements about gooks and slant-eyed gooks to the arresting officers, after telling them that's the motherfucker whose head I split open regarding the victim he rendered unconscious. Got charged with attempted murder, plead guilty to felony assault, got sentenced to 2 years in jail, of which he served 45 days. He started recording with Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch in 1990. Then, in 1992 he fractured his neighbor's jaw for no reason at all, by viciously and repeatedly kicking him in the face while another man held him down. Read his wiki, it's a wild ride. The thing is, as shitty as his past is, what is he like now? I'm well aware of all the past shit he's done. But fame can change a person drastically, in either direction. He was basically a hoodrat from Boston, then somehow changed into an actor over time. He seems nothing like his old self. It's like the shit I see on here about John Lennon, which has gotten so hilariously exaggerated. The truth is, he was a drunk Northern English kid in the 60s. He hit his wife once, then broke down and cried. Over the next few years he drastically changed as a person. Perfect? No. But every bad thing we know about him came from his own mouth. I'd love to see some people on here step up and air out their dirty laundry to the world. But my point is, with Lennon as an example, it just keeps getting exaggerated. He hit his wife. He constantly hit his wife. He hit both of his wives regularly. He beat his kids. I've even seen people say he abused the fucking Beatles on here. So people judge him for not only some way exaggerated things, but something from his past. For those of you calling to ruin fucking Mark Wahlberg's career, maybe read into what he's like now. He's talked about this stuff publicly since then. Do you guys believe in redemption with time, or do you guys want to start more cancel culture bullshit? It's an honest question. I just want everyone to think about this before going around and trying to ruin someone over what they did a lifetime ago and have publicly regretted and changed. All of the shit sounds crazy, but it's not very crazy coming from a hood-ass kid from Boston in the 80s. Should we ruin like half of all rappers' careers, even if they've changed? Look, it's just food for a thought. I'm probably going up against the hive mind here, I know. Kim Kardashian's sex tape. It's so interesting to see how it made her but doesn't define her at all. It just occasionally crosses my mind and I'm like, whoa. One day I'm gonna marry a porn star. Kanye, hell of a life, 4 years before they got married. Jerry Seinfeld dating a 17-year-old girl when he was in his mid-30s. Rebecca Gayheart killed a kid walking home from school in 2001. She pleaded no contest to a misdemeanor vehicular manslaughter charge. Daryl Hannah, who was the mermaid in the movie Splash, was dating one of the sons of JFK, and she came out in a magazine wearing an exact copy of the dress Jackie was wearing when JFK was shot. I think with blood splatter and everything, and the dress was half opened, revealing her bra. I've been googling it trying to find a pic, but can't. I saw it once and my mom remembers the incident as well. Was it this one? https://i.abayam.com/images/g/kia8bdfpmb/sl300.jpg? Paul Walker dated a 16-year-old when he was 33. Matthew Broderick killed 2 people. Laura Bush, as well. Well, just one, but still. Totally killed a guy. I'm sure most people have forgotten about what RDJ was like before Iron Man. Probably the best redemption story of all time if we're being honest, going from a coke and alcohol addict whose wife left him while he was facing 10+ years in jail time, to being the star of the highest grossing movie of all time and beloved by millions worldwide. He credits a lot of that to his new wife too. I guess sometimes the kick you need is finding someone worth fighting for, although I suppose it's a bit shitty it was his new girlfriend and not his already living son that motivated him to change. Demi Lovato flicking a fan in the vagina and whispering "You'll die soon enough, fatty." No way. If true, this is the best one. Wesley Snipes vs the rest of the cast of Blade Trinity. That shit was so fucking funny. Wait, what happened? I loved Blade Trinity, so I gotta know. How much of a dumpster fire Madonna and Sean Penn's marriage was, not just to them but to everyone around them or worked with them. Paul Walker habitually dated underage girls while he was in his late 20s and early 30s, and everybody glosses over it like it was cool. James Franco trying to date a minor via texts. Sinead O'Connor ripping up a photo of Pope John Paul II on SNL. It was to protest the Catholic Church covering up sexual abuse. Nobody believed her for years until victims started coming out of the woodwork. The Rob Lowe sex tape with an underage girl. To be fair, he believed she was legal at the time, and they tried to blackmail him over it. Also the one where Paula Deen said that she said the N-word a lot. And had a plantation party. Cardi B admitted to drugging men and stealing from them. Sure, people bring it up online, but the general public seems to have not given one fuck. Vince Neil was wasted and killed someone. A normal non-celeb would have been screwed, but he did like 6 months if I remember correctly. Killed Razzle from the band Hanoi Rocks. Varg Vikernes stabbing his bandmate 23 times in the head for self-defense and burning several churches. Everyone remembers when Britney Spears' mental health took a sharp decline, but some of the situations surrounding it have been seemingly forgotten. Like the time she was put on a 72-hour psychiatric hold and lost custody of her children after she, along with the 2 children, were barricaded in her bathroom in what was some might consider a hostage situation. And then was placed on another hold for 2 weeks not long after that. Or how she was, allegedly, being drugged by her manager. I genuinely didn't think she'd make it out of 2008. This one gonna make you go ew. On October 2, 1978, Tim Allen was arrested in the Kalamazoo/Battle Creek International Airport for possession of over 650 grams, 1.43 pounds, of cocaine. He subsequently pleaded guilty to felony drug trafficking charges and provided the names of other dealers in exchange for a sentence of 3 to 7 years rather than a possible life imprisonment. He was paroled on June 12, 1981, after serving 2 years and 4 months in Federal Correctional Institution, Sandstone in Sandstone, Minnesota. This spelling really enunciated well in my mind's ear, thank you. Jeffrey Jones, the dad from Beetlejuice and the principal from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, is a registered sex offender. He was busted with possession of child pornography and trying to solicit nude pics from a then 14-year-old boy. He got just about as lucky as a predator could get back in the early 2000s and got off with 5 years probation. While it sort of killed his film career, he still managed to get a supporting role on Deadwood almost immediately after all this came out. Kanye's bizarre Ellen interview. Tom Cruise's insane Oprah interview. Wesley Snipes punched Halle Berry. On purpose? After the success of Ferris Bueller, Matthew Broderick was driving the wrong way down a motorway in Northern Ireland with Jennifer Grey. He hit another car going the correct direction and killed the 2 people in the car. He was horrifically injured, as was Jennifer Grey, who subsequently got reconstructive surgery and dropped out of the limelight as people no longer recognized her. He was found guilty of the charge of careless driving and fined $175. 15 years ago, a Dave Matthews Band tour bus dumped human waste on a tour boat in the Chicago River. David Hasselhoff eating that burger while drunk off his ass. We've all been there. Ariana Grande licking donuts from behind the counter of a donut shop and talking about how she hates fat people. I'd still eat those donuts in her ass. Angelina Jolie making out with her brother. Caitlyn Jenner killed an old woman and got sentenced the way an old woman would be. The number of old women remained constant. LOL when Dog the Bounty Hunter said some racist shit, and then was later arrested in Mexico when they went to arrest a fugitive who fled to Mexico. Also, the Dog racist stuff reminded me of the Hulk Hogan racist stuff. Dog and Hulk Hogan look the same in my mind for some reason. Dave Coulier, Uncle Joey from Full House, dated Alanis Morissette when she was 17 and he's like 15 years older than her. Her song You Oughta Know is about him and there's a line in it about blowing him in a movie theater LOL. The line is about going down on him in a theater. I choose to believe that means she put him the diaper changing position and tossed Uncle Joey's salad. Have mercy.